GyroGearloose here with RV Hacking on the Cheap. Today we're going to be discussing how to make coffee in an RV and the MyJo coffee maker. If you're out camping and you woke up to this, you're going to need one of these. I'm not fooling anyone, I'm going to need one of these. At home you probably use something like this, but while camping it's totally ridiculous, both for the AC power requirement and the storage of such a large machine. For at least 30 years I've used a standard camp percolator like this one. It fits in a pack easily, it fits in a cabinet easily, and most importantly it can be heated by gas, electric, or any other source of heat, even over a campfire. I've done all of these. In a true coffee emergency, you could probably even use a torch. When I started to use a towable RV, it was still my best option. Again, being able to heat it from the propane stove instead of having to use an electric coffee maker was a big thing, since I often don't have hookups. A lot of people have gotten used to the convenience of Keurig, and for camping it would make a lot of sense because of the easy cleanup, if not for the power and storage requirements. If only there were a Keurig coffee maker that could be run on propane or even the microwave. And now there is. The MyJo does away with the holding tanks, the electronics, multiple pumps, and the power requirements of an enormous electric heater, and brings it down to just the essentials of pushing hot water through a self-contained filter cup. You provide the hot water and the pumping action, and the MyJo handles pushing the hot water through the coffee filter cartridge. So now the question is how well the MyJo actually works for making coffee. First we're going to need hot water, and to do that, once again, we could use this, or this. If you do have hookups, you can even use this. But don't do this because the black bottom piece is not microwave safe, and definitely don't do this. You can safely microwave just the top portion of the MyJo to heat the water, but I found it was easier to put the water in my coffee cup and microwave it in that to measure the water simultaneously, and then put the near boiling water back in the MyJo just before I brew. One word of caution if you use the microwave to heat the water in either container. Be aware of superheating, where the water can actually become hotter than boiling, and then suddenly boil when you pour it into the cup. Be aware of exactly how much time it takes to heat the water to the temperature you want, which should be about 195 Fahrenheit. Now place your desired coffee into the receptacle in the bottom and screw it onto the rest of the MyJo. This will pierce the cartridge and make you ready for brewing. After heating the water by propane, microwave, electric heater, or even blowtorch, simply pour the near boiling water into the MyJo coffee maker. Push the lid down using only the lowest flange. If I was to press the top, I would start brewing coffee at this point. And now that you're ready, slowly press the plunger down. The water will not leak out until you push down on the plunger because of a valve in the bottom of the container, in case you were wondering why I didn't leak water all over my counter before. If the plunger sticks like it just did, gently pull up the top to let air back into the canister. And continue to slowly press. I found if you press too fast, you'll end up with weak coffee. So take your time slowly pressing it down. Observant people may have noticed that I've also put more water in than they usually recommended. I like my coffee a little weak and more of it. After a bit of debugging to get the water temperature and pushdown speed correct, here's my result. The coffee is just as good as made by the full-size machine. Cleanup is just throwing away the cartridge and rinsing out the base a little bit. The top stays perfectly clean since it only handled fresh water in the first place. I probably use less than 1 ounce of water to clean the coffee maker. That's pretty good. That's a lot better than my traditional percolator. The plastic plunger handle fits loosely into the rubber bellows in order to allow air into the canister during brewing. So as a storage tip, I keep the handle and the included loose coffee cup inside the coffee maker during storage, so neither gets lost.